They murmur. When somebody is maltreated, he may not talk before the boss or before the madam. But after, I will see the person murmuring. Is it true? The person is always talking to himself. No, all these things they are doing to me. The person is just murmuring. The person is just murmuring and complaining. And the person is going to somewhere. The person may be doing what they ask him to do. But what the person is doing is against his or her will. The person may still be doing it, but what? Complaining, murmuring. You know, that attitude of murmuring which they developed because of oppression was what hindered them not to enter the promised land. Follow me. When God brought them out of the land of Egypt, God was taking them to the promised land. The land of Canaan, the land flowing with milk and honey. They had a way they used to talk when they were in bondage. God was now saying to them, for me to take you to the place I have prepared for you, you must open your mouth wide and prophesy. You must begin to say what I'm saying. Out of the multitude, we are able to understand the teaching of God. You see, so many persons, prayer is not their problem. They know how to pray. Fasting is not their problem. They know how to fast. Giving is not their problem. They know how to give. Reading the Bible is not their problem. They know how to read Bible. But when it comes to talking, they don't know how to talk. When it comes to talking, they don't know how to talk. They are always talking contrary to what God is saying. So God said, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. I will fill it here means I will confirm it. I will bring it to pass. So for you to experience speedy progress, you must learn how to talk. You don't talk based on what you are seeing. You don't talk based on what you are feeling. You must learn how to talk like God. Let's see how God talks. Genesis chapter 1. Let's see how God talks. How to prophesy. God prophesied. Genesis chapter 1. Are we there? I want us to read together. Verse 1 to 3. I want us to read together. Genesis chapter 1. 1 to 3. Let's read together. 1 to go. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was. See that? Hallelujah. I want us to understand something here. God said, let there be light. The earth was without form and void. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. But the Spirit of God was hovering upon the face of the water. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. God saw the darkness. God saw the shapelessness of the earth. God saw the depths. God saw the waters. But God spoke. God prophesied. What was the prophecy God made? Let there be light. The prophecy God made was contrary from what God saw. Can we mention the things God saw? Number one, God saw that the earth was what? Without form and void. What earth did God? What did he see? God saw darkness was upon the face of the deep. The Spirit of God moved in the midst of all these things. The Spirit of God moved. God prophesied in the midst of all this problem. There was water everywhere. That was another problem. But when God was to prophesy, God never mentioned darkness. God never mentioned water. God never mentioned darkness. God never mentioned the voidity of the earth. God prophesied what he wants, irrespective of what he saw. That is one thing you need to learn. For you to have speedy progress, you must learn how to talk. You must learn how to prophesy. You must learn how to speak the language of God. God confirmed his word. When you prophesy according to the word of God, God is bound by covenant to confirm his word. So you don't talk based on what you are seeing. You don't talk based on what you are feeling. You don't talk based on what is happening to you. That is what dominates people's mind. What is happening to them? You are sick. I was listening to a man of God. He said something and I learned something. And he said, if sickness comes to you, he said sickness does not have mouth. He said malaria will come. Malaria don't have mouth. Is it true? You are the one to speak for malaria. You begin to cough. Cough don't have mouth. Who will speak for cough? The person coughing. You now begin to tell, I have cough. Headache don't have mouth. Who speaks for headache? It's the person that have headache. He say, my head is about to scatter. My head is about to scatter. You are the one talking for headache. The headache himself can talk. Now, the moment you open your mouth and begin to confess that thing that you are feeling, the thing is established. And I say it's true. I hardly say I am sick. I hardly say I am sick. I have always told us that I am the strongest person in this church. Though I am one of the most hardworking person, but I am one of the strongest and the headiest person. Because I hardly say I am sick. I hardly say I am feeling feverish. The highest I can say is that I have overworked myself. I need rest. Finish. I hardly say I have malaria. I hardly say I am having pains. I hardly say my head have scattered. I hardly say I can't eat. I hardly say I can't walk. My wife is a witness. I don't know the day she cooked that I say I can't eat. I don't know. I don't know. The day she cooked a good meal, and they now came to me, and they said, Daddy say I can't eat. I can't remember. Something had not happened. I have never said I don't have appetite. It has never come out of my mouth. But many of you say it 10 times in every 10 seconds. If you just wake up in the morning and your body happens so hard, you wake up malaria. You wake up malaria. I have malaria. It's like this malaria is malaria plus. This malaria is not ordinary malaria. This one is plus malaria. Who promoted the malaria? You. I'll be feeling pains, but I will not speak for the pains. I train myself like that. You need to train yourself like that. You look at things like now I am saying that this is when our ministry have started. Today I was talking to myself, and I want to say it again. I said, my ministry have started. The other day I was talking, and I said, my labor shall not be in vain. Even if I labored anywhere and the person refuse to reward me, I must get my reward. By all means. No creature can stop me from getting my reward. What was I doing? I was prophesying. You must learn this. See, prophesying, is what gives life to your prayer. Like I said, many of you give. You give, but you use your mouth to destroy your seed. I was talking and I remembered one seed I sowed 1995. I don't forget that seed. 1995. There was one seed I sowed in the church. If I tell you, from time to time, because I know how much I was earning that time as salary. So for me to have gathered money to sow such seed, I have not forgotten that seed. And I said, God, that seed I sowed in that church, I must reap the reward. I must continue to reap the reward. Now, some of you sowed. After sowing, you were discussing with one of your neighbor. You got offended. And you use your mouth to kill your seed. You prophesied against your seed. Tell your neighbor, prophesy. It is your prophecy that brings about confirmation and performance. God will confirm and perform and bring to pass that which you confess with your mouth. Say, I have heard this thing before. But have you learned it? It's not about hearing it. It's about learning it. It's about doing it. It's about what? It's about doing it, not just hearing. Not just hearing it. It's about doing it. Number 14:28. Somebody say prophesy. Say it loud, prophesy. You need to learn how to prophesy every day of your life. Know how to prophesy. Learn how to use your mouth. Learn how to balance your thoughts. Learn how not to allow what you are passing through to influence and control your confession. Learn how not to speak or to talk in agreement with the negative things you are passing through. Learn how not to speak or to talk in agreement with the way you are being treated. Especially in a negative way. Never develop anger against God. Because God is the one to bring your word to pass. Never develop anger against God. Never develop anger against yourself. Some people get angry with situations and circumstances. They begin to curse themselves. Never curse yourself. Some will begin to prophesy death to themselves. Say, what am I even living for? Say, let death come and carry me. That is what they are saying. Death was on his own, going somewhere. They now called him, say, where are you going? Come. There is somebody here. There is somebody here that you can kill. Come and kill the person. They used their hand, their mouth, and handed over themselves to death. Listen, anything you are praying for, you must prophesy after prayer. Anything you want, anything you desire, anything you sow seed for, you must be prophesying until that thing come to pass. Okay, Pastor, what of if I had a bad dream contrary to what I want? What do I do? Are you following? Are you following? You finish prayer. You finish fasting. You finish sowing good seed. You now had bad dream. Some people will wake up and become angry. Is it not? That's not the right attitude. They become angry. Why are they angry? Say, why will this kind of dreams still show up? That is, by their expectation, bad dream would have stopped. Is it not? By the reason of their prayers, by the reason of their fasting, by the reason of their giving, bad dream wouldn't have near them again. But they were surprised. They still had what? Bad dream. And when they woke up, all their countenance will change. Somebody may even greet them. They won't answer. This one, you are looking like this. What happened? So I don't like the kind of dream I had today. Their mind will not cast back to all the prayer they prayed. Their mind will not cast back to all the fasting they fasted. Their mind will not cast back to all the programs they attended. Maybe if they had convention or they went for a conference and they, at the close of the conference, and it was said, the Egyptian you see today, you shall what? You shall see them no more. As you are going, heaven has opened. That night he had a bad dream. He said, which kind